around and around, turn me upside down, spin me around and around, let me feel, spin me again and again, till I'm upside down, calling again and again, my name. Hold me, tell me I'm not dreaming, I'm not dreaming. Hold me, tell me I'm not dreaming, I'm not dreaming. Hold me, tell me I'm not dreaming, I'm not dreaming. Tell me I'm the only one, I've been lost and found.
Hey y'all, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. So it is bedtime, and I thought I would bring you guys along and share my new skincare routine. I do this of a morning and of a night. I use this, which is prescription. Let me see if I can. So this is prescription, and this is by Curology. If you've never heard of Curology before, you can take a test, and an actual dermatologist will go over your skin issues and will prescribe you what is best for your skin. This is a cleanser and this is a moisturizer. Now I use this both morning and night, which is the cleanser. I use this before bed, which is the prescription. And if I can hold the camera, I use this after I wash my face of a morning, and then I will put the moisturizer on. And this has been my go-to since I decided to try it, and so far I'm loving it. And usually I will use the nighttime oil that I've shown you guys previously in my videos, and I have not used my nighttime oil since I've started this, just because I want to see real results of this stuff. So and I know my camera keeps migrating up. I'm trying to do this quick. I want to see real results, so I'm not using anything other than just these three products. So far I'm loving it. As far as like scents, very, very lightly scented, if at all. But I am loving the results. I've only been using it for a week, so I'm going to bring you guys along for that. So this video is kind of over through the night and then the very next day, as you guys will see, because I bring you guys to get ready with me the next morning. And I'm also taken to wearing false eyelashes, or lash extensions as some people call them. I've not worn any mascara since I started wearing these, and I'm absolutely loving it because I'm not having to worry about mascara running or reapplying it, you know, at the end of the day whenever the makeup's starting to wear off, all that good stuff. So yeah, really I recommend that if you don't wear lash extensions or false eyelashes, wear them. And a lot of people will say, well, you can't get them off the bond and seal, because I use the clusters. They say that you can't get them off if you don't use the remover. I use makeup wipes. They come right off. No big deal. You guys just watched me. I use makeup wipes. Anyway, I just wanted to say that little bit real quick before I got into the rest of the video. The next morning, we're going to be doing makeup, and it's also 10 till 6 in the morning right now while I'm doing these voiceovers, and it's not time for Will and Jax to get up to get ready for school yet. But Jackson just woke up a little bit ago, went to the restroom, got something to drink, and asked if he could spend the next little bit watching his tablet until it was time to get ready for school. So that's what you just heard. That's what all that noise was. Plus, Dominic is also up with me. Of course, he gets up really early in the morning like I do. So he's up as well in case you hear him. Anyway, so I've gotten a couple of messages and comments, DMs, I should say, and also comments on some previous videos asking where I've been for the last little bit. And so I'm going to try to explain. This video is only 27 minutes, and so I'm just going to try to explain the best of my ability. Jackson, can you turn that down just a little bit, baby? Thank you. So everybody knows what's been going on with me and my soon-to-be ex-husband Josh, and if you're new here, welcome. First of all, and if you don't know what's been going on, back in March, my husband and I, he had a mental breakdown. Literally, he kicked me and my kids out of my home, and just we are staying with my mom. We've been staying with my mom since, and that's the gist of that. Well, I'm going to be looking at having some dental work done because Dominic, we were playing. It was mostly my fault, but we were playing, and I was tickling him and stuff on the bed, and he had kicked his legs up, and he kicked me directly into my chin, which knocked, of course, my bottom teeth into my top. It was a big mess, like things were swollen up, but my two bottom front teeth, I have none now, and I look horrible. Like, it is horrible. But he knocked my teeth out, literally. So I've been trying to get into my dentist, and I live in a very, very small town. Not nearly as small as the town that I lived in before March, but there are limited amount of dentists, let alone dentists that are good. I don't know how to say that without, and I could drive, a little over an hour away to 2 counties over, or 3 counties, I can't remember, to get dental work done. I don't have that kind of time. The boys just started back to school. Will is no longer in elementary school. He is now in junior high. And the middle school that he goes to is several miles away from the elementary school that he was going to. So I not only have to take Jackson to school of a morning, and he has to be at school by 7:40 or 7:45, but Will has to be at school by 8:30. So I spend like a good 2 hours just, driving to school, dropping one kiddo off, driving to another school, dropping the other kiddo off, and coming back home. So on top of all of that, we've had an issue trying to get worked out with the school. With Will, with Jackson, everything's good. Nothing's changed because he's still in the same elementary school, and all that good stuff. And he's always been a car rider, so that's all been taken care of. Will wanted to try to ride the bus this year, and there are 4 different buses that come down the road that we live on currently. And so of those 4 buses, we got to kind of figure out which one he needs to be on. Now, my niece, which is a grade higher than Will, goes to the same school, lives a mile down the road. Believe it or not, she rides a totally different bus than what he's supposed to be on. Bus that he's supposed to be on, once we finally figured it out, is not even stopping to get him. So we decided Friday that we're done with trying to be on the bus. That it's gotten to a point, that's not great. Whenever riding the bus becomes more of an aggravation and a hindrance than for the parents to take the kids back and forth to school. So we talked about it Friday whenever the bus passed him up again, and we said, you know what, we'll just go Monday. We'll get the tag for the car because we have to have this tag that hangs in our rearview mirror for each school that the kids go to with a certain number on it. That way they know who they need to send out. So we're just going to go to the front office and get all that taken care of today. And that way we're not having to deal with it. He's just going to go back to being a drop-off pickup. And that way I just don't have to deal with this anymore because I don't need this kind of stress after everything else I've been dealing with. So on top of trying to get into the dentist, I called way back when. They're supposed to call me as soon as they are able to fit me in. Lo and behold, the dentist offices, believe it or not, are just now getting back into a usual, from the pandemic and things. So they've been open back up for about a year, but they are so far behind booked, it's not even funny. So we're trying to get me in because my teeth look horrible, and I do not want to even smile, let alone speak, because of how horrible it looks. But I'm dealing with it. I look like a hillbilly, basically, but I'm dealing with it. But on past the teeth issue that I'm dealing with, and that's been put on the back burner on top of trying to get the appointment to get in there and all that good stuff. But it's been put on the back burner due to a little bit right after that happened, I fell for a new kind of scam, and this scam seemed so real that my bank fell for it as well. It's new. It completely seemed legit, but lo and behold, it debted me $23,000, which is no easy amount. Which, of course, the bank is working with me and things, but I'm still having to pay back a significant amount of money that I don't have. I don't have because of the separation of me and Josh and the soon divorce. I've lost an income there, and so our financial stability is really hanging on by a thread at the moment. So we're pushing through. I'm trying to save money as I can, and it's been really hard because I'm having to pay, like I said, a significant amount back to the bank because they will only cover so much. And on top of that, just everything. I don't even know how to explain it. It's been one mess after the other. It hasn't stopped. So really quick, this is the outfit that in my last video that I was trying to show everyone, is that I would show you guys a little bit better after I showed the school clothes, and I totally forgot to do that in the last video, so I am showing it because it's been like 2 weeks since that video when I'm filming this. So yeah, I'm way behind on filming, guys. I know I am with everything that's going on, but this is the outfit, and this is the outfit that I'm going to be wearing the next day. And then I'm also bringing you guys along for a get ready with me. We're going to do my makeup, and yeah, now that that's over, let's get back to what's been going on. So in the midst of this scam that I'm in and everything that I've been pulled into, and I still cannot even believe that I fell for a scam. I mean, I'm not the smartest person ever in the world, but I'm not stupid as well. I'm quite intelligent, and for me to fall for a scam, it's still mind-blowing. But like I said, it's totally new, and it was just so legit that, I mean, my bank even, so. But in the midst of this, I also found a little place that I had intended to rent and did rent. I had paid the first month's rent, the deposit, got the utilities and things turned on, and was in the process of moving in whenever I found out that this scam was in fact a scam, and that put a halt on everything. So I'm having to go back and contact my bank, and then contact everybody that and to kind of work something out for the situation. What it all comes down to is that my bank covered everything, and then, like I said, I just paid my bank, and they did cover a significant chunk, but not all of it. And my head is still spinning from this, trying to, because mercy sakes. So anyway, I am already moved back out of this place, and in the process of getting my deposit back and all of that stuff. But it wasn't nothing fancy. It was a little trailer, as a matter of fact. It was a 2-bedroom, but it would have been big enough for me and the boys. And it was in a quiet, decent neighborhood, and it was only 8 minutes from my mom. I would have had to have drove past her house every day to go get my kids from school, and then, to take them to school as well. So this little place was essentially perfect. But lo and behold, because of everything, I wasn't able to keep it. So luckily, I didn't get everything moved into there. I was just in the process of it. So moving it back out was not that big of a deal. And luckily, I hadn't gave up my storage buildings yet. And Dominic just started having a giggle fit. And so I had to start recording the voiceover for just a second to see what was so funny to him. But now that that's done and I'm back. Anyway, so now that I'm not been able to keep the new place, I'm, of course, back at my mom's, and everything's like it was before for the most part. However, I have found a little plot of land literally right beside my mom, and as a matter of fact, I'll show it in my next video. I'll go film it. It's literally the plot right beside my mom, and I think that the person that owns it is only wanting $1,000 for it. So I'm gonna go at the end of this month, going into next month, and speak with that person. There used to be a trailer that sat on it. Matter of fact, I lived in that trailer when I first moved out of my parents' home when I was 16, and I was pregnant with my oldest son, and but that that little trailer no longer sits there. It got tore down a couple years ago, but it's just an empty plot sitting here, and it would be big enough for like a tiny home to sit on it and then be built onto. So that's kind of what me and the kids are discussing at the moment, and kind of have in mind possibly buying this plot for $1,000. Hopefully, if that is still the price. I know that was the price that he had priced it to my parents several years ago. This was back before my dad had passed, and so I'm hoping that he still has that same price. But like I said, I'll know more once I go speak with the man. And if we are in fact able to do that, then once we do that, I'm going to save up the money and go and buy just a tiny home shell, depending on if another place that makes tiny homes can work with me on getting one that's already got the electric and the plumbing in it. Because if that's the case, then I'll go that way if it's not too much more of a cost. Otherwise, I'll just buy the shell, and I do know people that are licensed electricians or certified electricians, whatever they're called, that will come and do it for me for cheap. And then also people that know how to do plumbing as well, that they'll come and do all that for me. And then essentially, in just the shell, we would go ahead and put the kitchen, the living room, and a bathroom in that, and then build on the bedrooms. And it will probably take me about 2 years to do it all because of the money and everything, but that's what we're looking at doing. Hopefully, by this time next year, we will be living in the tiny home on the plot with at least one bedroom built already, because I can, essentially just kind of chill out on the couch in the living room, and the boys have a bedroom until we complete building the bedrooms. That's right now the plan. Hopefully we're able to keep to that. I'm praying that happens, because that would at least take a little bit of worry off of me. And with everything that's just been going on since March, this has, without a doubt, besides the year 2020, this has been one of the worst years of my life. Like I said, besides the year 2020, this has been such a difficult, just a difficult year. My mental health has definitely struggled this year. I've had several emergency therapy sessions with my therapist. It's like I'm not sure. It was like, let's just make this year the year that everything bad happens for my family and I. Okay, I'm going to have to stop this voiceover for just a second and check out what's going on with Dominic once again. So the laptop that he was playing on died, so I had to put that on charge for him. But he's calmed down now. He's got his tablet back. Anyway, so hopefully the plan that I've got for the plot and the tiny house, hopefully that will pan out. And I'm praying that 2025 and even the rest of 2024 will just be better once I get a handle on things and get everything kind of, because I got behind on a few things due to this scam and due to, getting all that straightened out with the bank, and it just got tremendously overwhelming. I don't even know how to explain just how devastatingly overwhelming it got, but I am taking care of my mental health because I know that it's very important, especially at this point. And I'm not telling you guys this story to look for pity or anything like that. I was just asked some questions, and I've tried to bring you guys along for pretty much everything since I started my YouTube channel, and I'm not trying to leave, this chunk out. This is a bad period in my life for myself, my children too, but I shield them as much as I possibly can against anything bad. And if you've been here for a while on my channel, I'm a pretty positive person. I have a pretty positive outlook, and I try to look on the brighter side of things. And to be honest, that's been extremely hard to do, very hard to do lately. And I'm trying not to let that kind of melt over onto my kiddos, so I'm trying to deal with all the stressing and depressing things during the day while they're at school. And Dominic, he's not really old enough. I know that he picks up on my emotions and things like that, but he's not old enough to completely understand, thankfully, just yet. And then by the time that the boys get home, I try to at least uplift myself somewhat. That way that they're not, concerned that, mom's stressed out or she's overwhelmed or what have you. I don't want my boys to ever feel like they need to worry or to be stressed out as children. They'll have that enough in their adult life. They don't need that as children. So I will shield them from that for as long and as much as I can. I even had a suggestion that maybe I could start a GoFundMe, and I'm not going to do that. GoFundMe takes a portion of whatever's donated, and I'm not looking for handouts. I'm not looking for someone to support me in that way. If someone wants to help, that's great. My Cashapp is always linked at the top of my page in the banner, and I try to always remember to link it at the bottom of every video, so it is there. I'm not going to post it on the screen or anything like that. My Cashapp is in the description box, usually, always. If there's anyone that ever does want to help, it would be greatly appreciated, but it's not something I'm asking for. Other than that, I'm just trying to take it day by day and get through the trials and tribulations of adulting, and it's far from easy. I guess that's what life is, but you would think that once you get to a certain point, things will get a little bit easier. I've worked my whole life, and it seems like nothing I've worked for and worked hard to do has been for nothing at this point, because I feel like I'm starting over at square one, so, but I'm trying to keep my outlook up, like I said, and I know God is with me through every bit of the hard. Even whenever I don't feel that, I know that He is, and I just gotta keep my faith. I may get overwhelmed and may not always have all the answers, but He does. And as long as I keep looking that way, my kids and I, we're going to get through this. And I know that. So getting past all of the bad and talking about all of that, I do have a little bit of good news anyway. Isaiah, which is my 21-year-old son, he did get a job. He finally found a job. It's not easy to do where we live because jobs are far and few between. Like I said, we don't live in a large area. We don't live in, a small area like what we lived in before everything happened with my soon-to-be ex-husband back in March, but we do still live in a generally small area, and so jobs are kind of hard to come by, but he did find one. He's been working there for almost 3 weeks, and he does enjoy his job, so that's a good thing, and he's helping in every way he can, bless his heart. And so we are right now currently just trying to get caught up on everything, to be honest, and he doesn't make a lot, and he's lucky to get 30 hours a week where he's working, but it's something, and with every little bit it does help. So we're trying, at least we've not totally given up. At this point, I know quite a few people that would have already gave up once the bad just went from worse to worser, and that's kind of how it seems. It seems like it got to bad in March, and it just went from bad to worser, and I'm really hoping that the bad spot is over. I'm sure we've got a few more bumps to go over before we get straightened out, such as getting a few things caught up. I would say that right now about few to several $100s would probably get us caught up, and hopefully within the next couple weeks to month we'll be able to have that done. Like I said, I'm trying to just keep my faith and going, and we've got a goal, so we're trying to keep that goal in mind and just keep pushing forward. On another note, I turned the big 40 on September the 1st, and I think with everything that's going on, I'm going to try to bring you guys along for it, some kind of small little birthday video. But I think with everything that's going on financial-wise, and we're not going to do a big celebration. I know there at the beginning of the year, there was this big plan to do this big thing, but to be honest, we don't have the money. So we're going to push that aside, and as long as I can spend it with my kiddos, I'm happy to sit at home, eat a decent meal, and watch movies and eat popcorn. More than happy to do that, just as long as I get to spend the big 40 with my kids. And then Will also turns 12 in September. So we've got that to look forward to. And so we'll just plan the big bash for that, because that's what's important, you know. So other than that, if there's any time anyone ever has a question about anything that I've went over and talked about in this video that I didn't go in depth about, because I try to touch on everything that's been going on the last month or so, just to kind of get you guys caught up and let you guys know what was going on and where I've been. If you have any questions or you want me to talk more about something, I can totally do that. Just ask me, or I can even do another video, because I really didn't go into depth completely about the scam, and I'm sure you have questions, or someone does, about that, and I can even do another video. But the scam is so new that it really does need to be talked about. So if you have questions, please feel free to ask. I will answer anything that you guys have a question about. Also, the last couple clips is the outfit and the final product for the day of how I look going out on this day, and just all the way up until it's bedtime and pajamas come on. So that's what the final clips of this is. And I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, because we are coming to the end of it. I do have a couple of videos planned of decluttering and organizing and deep cleaning in like the kitchen, living room, and dining room area of my mom's home. So those will be coming up soon. I'm trying to get on a regular posting and filming for you guys again. It's just been, with everything that's happened, it's been a whirlwind, and kind of put a pause on things for a second. And I've been very, very scattered. I'm sure you guys can understand. But I'm trying to get back into the group of things and get things more of a handle on things, I should say. But yeah, we're at the end of the video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I say, if you have any questions, leave a comment, or however, DM me, however you would like to do it. But yeah, I think that's got it till next time. Love y'all. Stay safe.
You gotta hold on to me. I remember the sound of us being loud, so loud, so loud. Just wonder where you're walking and talking, thinking